Welcome back to the channel. My name is James and I'm the lead coach of the Endeavor Network. And today we're continuing with our second part of our current Coaching Uncut series. I nicknamed this series on my social media the usual suspects. What I'm saying is the 4 reasons why a business would not use a business coach. Reasons meaning excuses, really. These are the usual excuses or the usual reasons why somebody would say, I don't need you. And, I understand that some businesses are doing well. Remember, like I said in previous videos, that coaching's like that 12-inch ruler, and it's no different from people to an actual business. If you think a business like an organization, it's almost biological in its nature. You have bottom 2 inches of the ruler that really need a lot of help. You have the top 2 inches of the ruler that represent the businesses that are thriving and they have a good grounding and good grab in the market. But then you have the mass amount of businesses that are working it through. This is where coaching really thrives. So the second reason is more about where the business owner perceives where their business may be healthy. And now it's great when I see a business owner that's really keeping their touch on the pulse of where their people are at. But this is a fundamental problem. You can be in business and you could be making money, but you could be making more money if you paid more attention in a different way to your people, or you're just making money in spite of yourself. I've seen that happen too. The market is so busy, people are just making money, and their customer service and their attitudes and their morale is so low, but yet they're still making money. So the ultimate goal of having a coach is not always just to make more money. There's issues of morale in your staff, corporate culture. There's issues of chain of command. How do we get information from the top to the ground level frontline employees? How do we receive information from the frontline employees up to the top where the decisions are made? So a coach can be very much a strategic, objective perspective to say, listen, I see the forest above the trees, whereas you're in it every day and you see the trees, but maybe you're not able to see the forest. So what's the second reason? The second reason is, and I'll put it up here, is I believe my people are happy and productive. The key words there is I believe. Now, I've always said to my kids growing up, there's what you know, and there's what you think you know. And then, of course, there's the truth. So what we know is what we know, but what we think we know, a lot of us will venture into that realm. And this is what I think I know based on previous experiences, based on my reasoning. But I think my people are doing okay, when in actual fact, they're probably dealing with a lot of stuff. They're just not articulating it. Why? Why would they not articulate if there are problems? Why? Because there may be a fear of being judged, maybe a fear of looking stupid. Maybe they have, concerns and they're just going to put their head down. They're just not wanting to make waves because maybe life is uncertain in other areas. There's all kinds of reasons why your team would have struggles or would have concerns, but they're not expressing it. And so in the course of my experience working with small to mid-sized business teams, I've developed a meeting formula that actually helps to avoid the meeting for meeting's sake, but it's very productive and meaty and substantial that everybody can grab onto. So that's another video. But where there is this belief, sometimes the business owner they're making assumptions and what they think they know, and they're actually disconnected. I should actually do a series on just stories of what I've been working through. But one particular case comes to mind as I was working with a staff where most of the staff were 15, 20-year veterans, and then the owner of the business. And I try to maintain a sense of privacy here on these stories, but the owner has been in the business for a long time. But the dynamics of this business were really interesting. He was the only male in the office, and the rest were very experienced females working at this agency. So, but he'd come to me and he'd say, I don't know how to solve this problem. So for 6 months, I was brought in. And remember, I'm not a coach that comes in to assess whether you should stay or go. I'm a coach that actually tries to increase and maximize what you're already doing when it comes to the corporate team. So I walk in and I have a coffee. Every time I go in to visit, every week I'd go in and I'd say, whose turn is it for coffee? And I take one of the agents out for coffee and I just kind of hear their life. I hear what's going on. And in their dialogue, as they're telling their story, they would give me very strong indicators as to how they're working through problems at work. Because the owner was saying, I can't even get through a day without a complaint even about the bathroom towels. And he's trying to, how do I get beyond this? So I took the time to do this sort of thing over 6 months and was able to come back and actually help them establish one of the issues was meeting. They were not able to communicate to the owner because the owner wasn't meeting with his staff on a consistent basis. Well, he thought maybe once a quarter or once a month they'd go for dinner and that's it. And then what he would do is he would yep, and not give them any chance to speak. So that was one problem. The other problem was, there's morale. And even the bathroom towels were an indicator of something bigger that they were not able to express to the owner for whatever fear reason or, whatever blockage was there. So in taking them out for coffee and just kind of learning, I was able to come back after 6 months, empower them with this meeting strategy, but also look at the owner and say, listen, I respect your experience. I respect your results and that. But honestly, in the meetings, I think it's really important that you learn to structure your meetings so that there's a start and end, a productive start and end, but learn to listen more than speak. And so this was the end sort of conclusion. And you'd say, well, geez, that sounds simple. Yeah, but I had the time to really go and nurture the garden of understanding here, whereas he was able to be freed up and still continue to do what he does best, but while I was meeting with him on a regular basis. So I hope you found this reason informative today. I believe my people are happy and productive. Really? If you would like more information on how this service can work for your business, please follow the links below and book your free consultation, or just email me directly and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Stay tuned for the third installment of this series. I look forward to seeing you or hearing from you. Take care.